Hello, everybody!
Hi!
Welcome. Okay, so today we have a special guest here. You may know him as how is it say? The special man when you need the logos. But for me, it's just a dear friend. Here we have Narci, or ModestNarcisus, as a full name display on the title of the stream.
Yep, that's
Your
me.
turn.
Oh, yes. Hi, hello. My name is ModestNarcisus, also known as Narci. Some people, not everybody, refer to me as the Vtuber logo papa. There's a small percentage of people. I make logos and graphics for VTubers and other streamers as well. And I'm actually a streamer myself. I think that's the gist of it. I'm still not 100% at introducing myself.
It's
But
okay.
hi. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. Okay, so this show is basically we talk about video games, we nerd about it for a little while, and then we run out like everyone to his side. But I wanted to start with some things like what games do you like to show to people? Like what games do you like to play on stream?
Play on stream. All right, so this is actually a very interesting question. Believe it or not, I actually don't stream a lot of video games. So most of the time, it's like graphic design stuff. I know this is called VTuber Gaming Talk, so I'll get back to that. Don't worry. So it's mostly like graphic design stuff during the week, and then on Sundays, we do a lot of like crowd participation games, like Jackbox, stuff like that. And then just recently, I've really gotten into GeoGuessr.
Ooh.
And then later today, we're actually going to be playing the Stanley Parable. It's not really a crowd participation, but I thought it might be a fun venture to have with everyone on stream.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Also, one thing though. What games do you like to play then outside of your stream? I know you're a pretty like work on stream type of streamer, but you might have something to pass time on, maybe a phone game or maybe a game you play when you want to just chill. Do you have something like that?
Yeah, of course. So I've been really big into. I haven't played it in a couple weeks because I've been busy with like art and stuff. But my current favorite like me time game is Elden Ring.
Ooh.
Really big on Elden Ring. I really like Elden Ring, Souls, like Souls games. Very big Souls fan.
Ooh.
I beat Dark Souls 1, so I played that completely, and then I got a decent amount into Dark Souls 3, and I'm still working on Elden Ring. So Dark Souls 1 is the only one I've ever actually beaten, but I do very much enjoy From Software games. Also a big fan of the Fire Emblem Three Houses that came out on the Switch. Very big fan of that. I love like strategy games, stuff that I can kind of like slow down and think, take my time with.
Wow.
Also turn-based RPGs.
Oh, okay. So, I forgot to add this on the title though, but we have two commands for today. So we have one is the GPL, which basically gives you the playlist Narci here prepared for us, which is playing right now on the stream. I recommend you check it out. It's pretty varied, and I really love some of the songs here. Like I wasn't expecting to see Banjo-Kazooie mixed with some Persona songs in the same playlist. I really love that. Like, holy shit!
It's a bit of a grab bag, yeah. So the reason Banjo-Kazooie is on there is because that's one of my childhood favorites. I played that a lot as a kid, so I'm a very big fan of Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh hell yeah!
Banjo-Tooie as well. That's actually one that I remember more than the first one, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And then we got Persona 4 was actually my first. If memory serves me correct, I believe it was my first anime RPG. Because like I started playing it just as I got into like anime and stuff when I was still in high school, and actually no, I think I just graduated high school, and it kind of blew me away because it had like an animated opening and all these animated cutscenes, and it was like, whoa, this is so cool. Yeah. So it left an impression on me.
Oh yeah, I mean, I tried to play it originally on the PS2, like when it was just a vanilla version. There was no PS Vita Gold version.
Oh, that's how I played it too. I played it on the PlayStation 2.
And to be completely honest, it's a game I enjoy more now than I enjoyed it when I played it the first time when I was like more younger. Like I think it was when I have 10, maybe 12 years. And I played it just in 2019, and have to say was literally one of the best games I've ever played. Like no joke, was super fun and super emotional, and
yeah,
it was super
there's a lot of
chasing. Yeah,
there's a lot of games that I find that were like really popular when they first came out, but then like 20 years later, I finally get around to playing it, and it was like I like kind of feel like what everybody felt when they played it for the first time when it came out. So, actually, you ever played Final Fantasy VII?
Yes, actually, I'm playing the Steam version as of late. And to be completely fair, I wasn't expecting to be so hooked for an PS1 RPG.
Right?
I'm having my fun there.
Right. So, like, that's the thing is, like, I went into that game almost completely blind. Like, I knew who Cloud was and Sephiroth from, like, Kingdom Hearts when I first played that. And then I saw a little bit of the remake, like, gameplay.
Ooh.
And so I was like, you know what? Let me check out the original. And I was like, I was playing this, and it, like, obviously the graphics aren't amazing anymore because it's PlayStation 1. But I was like playing this, and I was like, you know what? If I played this back in the day, this probably would have blown my mind.
Yeah.
Like it was, like, and it's still surprisingly fun given the graphical limitations.
Oh, for sure. Final Fantasy, graphically speaking, it might not age well, but it's charming. Like, it's a certain something that is on all of those super blocky designs. It's so charming. I don't know what it is.
It's like pixel art. So it's like the same thing with pixel art. It just kind of has this weird charm that it just kind of, runs you over before you notice. You're like, oh, wow, this is actually a pretty cool art style. And you're not, like, kind of disgusted by it or anything.
True.
Because back in the day, it's like, people are paying money for those games. You want to make them look good as good as you can. So, and the ones that age well are the ones that we still remember.
Oh, for sure. One thing though is that usually you don't see that with 3D games. Like most pixel art stuff is like charming because they they age well. They are pixels at the end of the day. They don't have that. We need to upgrade more polygons, more and more every single time a game comes out and improves over the last previous iterations. That's why some 3D graphics from PS2, PS1 is hard, it's hard to make him look good even at this day and age. There are very few games that age well on that.
You'll find that a lot of, and this isn't, I mean, so I'm a little biased when I say this because I'm a bit of a Nintendo fan. But you'll find that a lot of 3D Nintendo games actually age very well.
I can agree with that.
Nintendo games, they like graphics wise, they age very well because Nintendo has always worked with because they always make their hardware cheaper because it's more accessible.
Oh yeah.
As far as I can tell. So the graphically speaking, they've always been on the lower side. So they've kind of had to work within those confines, and I believe that's why their games age so well as time goes on.
Yeah.
So you'll find a lot of PlayStation 1 or Xbox games. I can't believe I'm referring to Xbox as retro. God, I'm old. You'll find a lot of older games like that don't look as good if you go back and play them now. Almost to the point where it's uncanny valley territory. It's some of them make it a little hard to actually play the game.
Yeah, and let's just say one thing. I have a theory that Nintendo, since the GameCube onwards, didn't change that much on the graphics department, if you really think about it. If you look at Mario Sunshine from the original GameCube Not the cinematics, but the game itself. And compared it to Mario Odyssey, it doesn't look that much different, aside from maybe shadows and some brightness adjustments to the game.
Well, so that's the thing is, like, I think we've kind of, as far as game graphics go, we've kind of hit a ceiling of, like, how good a game can look.
Oh, yeah.
So now, like, as far as, like, textures and models and stuff, so, like, all of the graphical improvements that you're going to see on, like, next-gen consoles going forward is probably going to be, like, very, very minor stuff that's still very technically impressive, but the consumer is not really going to notice that right away unless they look for it.
Oh, for sure. Like, for example, let's talk about a little bit of Devil May Cry, if you don't mind. I remember seeing... Yeah, I remember seeing a trailer about Devil May Cry 5 when they wanted to launch the special edition with Virgil, and they advertised the shit out of that, just saying ray tracing, looking at the reflections on the water puddles, basically. And I think
it's like,
yeah, it looks a little bit nicer. I can see at least the difference in between the original version and that, but you're trying to selling me a water puddle or a game? I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is, so, like, the thing with graphics like that is, like, great. Do you know how expensive it's going to be to have a computer to run that?
Yeah,
it's like the graphics are only really nice. Like, there's a sweet spot. It's like if you have the hardware to run it, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, sorry, like it becomes a hindrance almost. You have to, like, turn all the settings down, and then you can't even enjoy those graphical improvements.
Oh, for sure. Okay. If you don't mind, I want to change a little bit of the topic.
Yeah, of course.
Did you play another Persona games aside of Persona 4?
Okay, so I've actually completed Persona 4 and Persona 5.
Ooh.
And I've played a good amount of 3, but I never finished it. I never finished 3, but I've dabbled a lot in all like 3, 4, and 5. I have not revisited the older ones. I have played a couple other SMT games other than Persona.
Oh, for sure. One thing though, I played it almost every single Persona game at this point, except maybe for the spin-off Q games from the 3DS.
I actually did play a bit of Q. It's actually very fun. It's not a Persona game in like the traditional sense, but it's fun. I liked it.
It's a little bit of fan service, yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing though, I recommend you going through Persona 3. And trust me when I tell you, the soundtrack will blow you away.
Oh, like, yeah, I love the soundtrack.
The whole game is just full of bangers. I even dare to say, even though Persona 4 is my favorite game, Persona 3 has the best soundtrack of all series. No cap. Like,
I'm writing it down right now. I think I might actually at some point play that on stream, because like that's the only way I'm getting through my backlog at this point is if I stream it.
Oh,
so,
for
I don't know when, but it's on the list.
Yeah, now that you're taking recommendations on games, I really recommend you, if you can, even if it's on or off stream, play the Yakuza games. They are
That's another one that's on my list. I think I actually have Yakuza 0.
Ooh.
I need to actually play it. I bought it, but I've never played it.
Play it. It's way worth it. And I dare to say Yakuza 0 is literally my favorite of the whole series. It's so good.
Should I start with that one? It's called 0, right?
Yeah,
it comes before 1, so yeah. Start with 0.
Okay, chronologically speaking, you need to start with 0 because that's technically the first game in terms of story. So yeah, go for it.
I actually had the ending for that spoiled for me, but it still looks like such a fun game that I want to play it anyway.
Yeah, the ending doesn't care. Like, the game itself is an experience that needs to be lived.
Oh yeah, it looks like it.
And also, what else? Well, yeah, the Yakuza series itself is the same level of quality in terms of soundtrack for compared to other Sega games. Well, Sega games. technically
I've
Persona
actually-
is Atlus, but
uh,
still.
Yeah, I've heard a bit of the soundtrack already, actually. So I'm already pretty sold on it. You don't need to sell me on it. But
It's
there's a lot of games. There's a lot of games out there where it's like, oh yeah, you don't need to twist my arm to play it. It's just getting me around to actually play it.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
like my attention span is all over the place. I have like the attention span of like a tilt-a-whirl that's like just gone crazy.
Oh.
Just crank it up to 11 and it's just spinning around and it's just chucking people all over the carnival.
Oh man. But yeah, since you don't need arm twisting, then I will not mention Metal Gear Solid Racing Revengeance, because that's a no-brainer at this point.
So I've heard a lot of people talking about it and playing it. I do kind of want to check that out. That's the thing. Again, it's like a lot of these will be like, ooh, this sounds interesting. But it's like, it's just a matter of me, like, as I get older and the more responsibilities I have, it's like just a matter of finding the time to find it, or to play it, rather.
Oh, for sure. Like, yeah, I get it. Most of the time, you will not have time to play this, but you just need to grab a little bit of your time and start it. Maybe you can just pause it and come back later. That's most of the games you can do. You can do that with most of the games.
That's kind of the thing I've kind of resorted to at this point. Just like picking a game that and then like I pick a game and I'm like, all right, this is the game that I play when I have time to play games. And then if I lose interest in that one, I'll be like, all right, sorry, buddy, gotta go take you out back, and then I go find another game.
Same.
To play instead.
I just install one game, try it, and uninstall it, basically.
Yeah. Sometimes I come back to it, but then sometimes I don't. It's like it's entertainment. I can't really turn it into homework, because then I won't. It's not fun.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes some games go way too hard with the mini games, and they start to like take it into a chore.
That's actually a reason. If you just allow me to talk about this for a moment,
for sure.
That's actually a reason why I can't really get into JRPGs anymore, especially like newer like RPGs, because they just put so much extra content. Sometimes I just want like a straightforward game that's just got the one story, maybe a couple side quests. We do all that, and then the game's over and I can move on.
Oh, for
and then
sure.
like nowadays it's like, oh, there's a fishing minigame. Hey, you like crafting? Here's a crafting system.
Yeah. I get that. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's that's actually, so as much as I do enjoy Elden Ring, and as handy as the crafting system is, I don't understand why we needed that.
You can.
I don't understand. I don't understand why we needed it. It's like, just give me fire bombs. I don't want to like have to remember to craft fire bombs. Just give me the fire bombs.
Maybe because of the drop rates. I'm pretty sure that might be a reason why you need to craft some stuff. Because finding that in the first place on a game like Elden Ring will be way too much danger. Way too much. You have to explore every single cranny just to find some bombs, maybe some healers. Maybe some swords or something.
Sorry, I apologize that I keep talking over you. I really am sorry about that. It's a bad habit.
It's alright. It's alright.
One does not simply understand Elden Ring, Jakato.
True.
You are absolutely correct, my friend.
Hey, Jakato.
It is. I still don't understand it. I'm like, I've already made it to the Altus Plateau. I'm like, I don't even know how I got here. It's like, it's completely by chance. Now, that is a very interesting point that you bring up about the drop rates, though, because I did not consider that. Because you can farm crafting materials, you can farm materials very easily in Elden Ring. Yeah. However, I doubt it would be the same way if they were just straight items. So that is a very good point. That's a very good point. I didn't consider that.
And,
like with open world games like that, it's like you got to be able to kind of shoot from the hip, so to speak. So it's helpful to have different materials to work with.
You at least, I don't know if Elden Ring has this, but I don't know if you have to worry about drop rates for those materials on Elden Ring. Do you?
So, there's a lot of spots in Elden Ring especially for fire bombs. You can pretty much spam fire bombs if you know the right places to look for materials and you have enough cracked pots to make.
So you have sweet spots for materials. Got it.
Yeah. So like, you need like, I don't know how to craft cracked pots. I think you just have to buy them. I think there's a way to craft them, but there's, I guess for anybody that plays Elden Ring, here's a sweet tip. Any like torches or like campfires usually have those little butterflies flying above them. Get those. You need those. And then mushrooms. Not any kind of fancy mushroom, just a regular old mushroom. You need a certain amount of those to make a fire bomb, and most of them are usually near not bonfires, gray sites. You can tell I've played Dark Souls because I keep calling them bonfires. Near gray sites, you can find a lot of like campfires with like the butterflies over them and like mushrooms growing out of the ground near like trees and stuff. So yeah, there's a hot tip for you. No pun intended. By the way, I had a question. I just had this thought. How are we on swearing?
We are past the 10-minute mark because I'm going to upload this to YouTube. So after 10 minutes, we cannot swear, but we can swear now. We are like 26 minutes in. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So swear good. So, but before 10 minutes, it's like no swearing, and then swearing's okay after 10 minutes?
Yeah, my next guess will be hard to control this, but okay.
All right. Hey, listen, I didn't realize it worked like that, so I will keep that in mind. I don't necessarily swear a lot.
One of the things you learn.
But yeah. But sometimes it slips out.
Yeah, but I understand though. Go ahead, go ham.
I will make sure to fucking do that. There we go. I swore. I'm a big boy now. I'm a big boy now.
Ooh. Yeah, good one.
I'm so edgy.
Okay. Oh, speaking of, do you know any edgy games you would recommend to play? I know.
Edgy games.
Yeah, edgy games. Do you know any?
Elden Ring's pretty edgy.
Well, technically, every From Software could be considered edgy, but going outside.
Let me ask you this. Outside of From Software games, what edgy games? Let me think for a second, because there's a couple. So Fire Emblem is not particularly graphic in its portrayal of violence, but it very much does very well in illustrating the weight that violence and war carries.
Yeah.
So if you wanted something that's going to make you feel like shit, definitely play. See, there's a swearing right there. I'm glad I asked. So if you want something that's going to make you feel like shit for like killing people, play Fire Emblem. You may not realize it right away, but it'll hit you like in like the second half. I assure you, especially if it's your first time playing it.
Oh,
Fire Emblem Three Houses. It'll knock you on your ass. Now there's another one. There's another game that's actually very violent. It's pretty graphic, but it's like pixel style. You ever heard of Hotline Miami?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's technically more like a trip game. I remember seeing some footage of that, and that's just more than violence. It's a trip. Like it's a really hard trip. It's like a weird, violent fever dream. It's an incredible game. If you're looking for something fun and fast, maybe not fast-paced. I mean, I guess it is fun. Yeah, if you're looking for something like engaging and fast-paced, like play Hotline Miami. Oh, for sure.
I can't really recommend the second one because I'm not really sure what the story's about, because I know it's like more story-based in the second one. Whereas the first one I like a little bit more because the story is a little less in your face and it's more about just kind of getting through the levels. But it's like it kind of lends, like the silence of the story kind of lends itself to the character. Ooh. Also, that game's also why I really like Varsity Jackets. I've never played football a day in my life, but I just really like the aesthetic of a varsity jacket for some reason. I almost put one on my character.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I have to admit, those jackets for me are really tempting because here where I live, we don't have that kind of stuff. We have hoodies like that, but not jackets per se.
Really?
And to be completely honest, those looks pretty neat. I even
It's
have
an
one right now on
Yeah.
my character.
It's an interesting fit.
Yeah, it's an interesting fashion pick.
Mm. Yeah,
But yeah, what else?
So yeah,
Oh wait,
Hotline Miami, and then you were asking me about edgy games.
yeah. Hotline Miami
Oh,
technically counts because it's ultra violent as fuck. For what I
oh
know.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. So yeah, Hotline Miami, any From Software game.
Mm-hmm. Especially Bloodborne.
Yes, especially Bloodborne.
Same here.
I've never actually played Bloodborne. I appreciate a good jacket. Yes.
Yes.
That's a man with good taste, or that's a person with good taste right there.
Same
I'm sorry,
here, Jacato.
I'm also a fan of capes. How do you feel about capes?
If
like
I
long,
say
flowy, like Batman capes. We're not talking like Superman. I'm talking like something with like a pop collar. You know, maybe like something that flows in the wind, strikes fears in the hearts of criminals, like stuff like that. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about capes?
I love a good cape that has utility on gameplay. For example, let's bring up a little bit.
Cape.
You mentioned Batman, right? Let's bring up a little bit of the Batman games because I really love the combat on those games thanks to the cape. The stun mechanic with the cape leading to a QTE. I love that when I played Arkham Knight and all of that.
It's funny that you bring up the Arkham games because that is actually I really enjoy the Arkham Asylum games.
Oh, for sure.
The first Batman Arkham Asylum, I played it when it first came out, loved it. Played Arkham City, loved it, and then I didn't play Arkham Origins. I think I may have skipped that, and then I played I played a bit of Arkham Knight, and I think it kind of lost the charm a bit for me because I think the kind of open world aspect kind of put a bit of a damper on it. I kind of liked it when it was a little more compact, a little more claustrophobic.
Oh yeah. Well, I love more Arkham Knight, which is funny because my situation is technically vice versa of yours. I really love Arkham Knight because of the open environment I have. Like exploring Gotham City with Batman is something a good experience for me. But I tried the other games and I find it way too close, like way too packed, if you know what I mean.
So I definitely see the appeal of just like being like being like assuming the role of Batman and just being in Gotham. Like that is definitely the draw for the later games. However, that's not what drew me to like the first few games. Is because I really liked what did I really like about it? So the combat was cool, but like I was a big fan of like the basically being locked in a room with like a bunch of people and just like having to like hide and stuff, the stealth. Having to take people out one by one. Yeah. I really enjoyed the Arkham Asylum games for that because you were basically inside for most of it. So like that's why it's like you couldn't just like in a lot of and maybe I'm wrong. It's been a while since I've played it, so I could come around to Arkham City or Arkham Origins. Or no, not Arkham Origins. Arkham Knight, rather. I could come around to that. I could probably be brought around to that point of view to like that game. But I don't know. There's something. It just felt simpler, like more straightforward. More simple.
Yeah, I can see that. Like the Arkham, I think this is like a good point because Arkham Knight might go way too hard with the lot of weird gimmicks you have to do besides the detective hunch and the detective vision and the combat. And the stealth on Arkham Knight is technically nerfed for Batman, but if you play the DLC missions with Red Hood and I think Nightwing, you will have way more fun on the stealth there. Especially with Red Hood, because the Red Hood's missions are literally just stealth missions. The stealth mechanic at its finest, and they are pretty hard and a really good time.
You want it's another good game that I've played, another good stealth game?
Yeah.
Because I just thought of this. You ever played Hitman?
I played it, I think, the second game, I think it's called. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that.
I played the newer one that came out a couple of years back. Honestly, that is a stealth game. That's a stealth game that'll put some hair on your chest.
Yeah, Hitman is solid.
Oh my god, it's so good. It's it's like all the different ways you could get out of a situation. It's like so that's another thing. Maybe I didn't mention this. I love puzzle games.
Uh-huh.
I love a good puzzle. So like I think that's another reason why I enjoyed Arkham, the earlier Arkham games a little bit more, was because it was more like kind of like trying to figure out a situation so that you can actually progress through the game.
Oh, for sure.
But I suppose I'm thinking of it's the same thing with Elden Ring and Dark Souls actually. So like Dark Souls started out very linear, very like point A to point B. You had to go here. You had to get through this area to make it to the rest of the game.
Sure.
Whereas Elden Ring, it's more of here's the main road, but you can kind of like, if this is too hard now, maybe you can go back and do something else, get a little sidetracked and then come back to it later.
Right.
So like when I think of it that way, Arkham City Arkham Knight doesn't seem that bad. So
yeah, you have options.
So,
That's
yeah.
With at least the experience I have with Dark Souls 3, which is one of the few Souls-like games I played, I felt that was way too linear. Same with another game I played named Neo. I played the first Neo game and I had my fun. I like the setting of this rolling around, killing some demons and people that are just attacking you. And the progress level you had there, it's, I think, way more comfortable than compared to Dark Souls. But those two games have something in common, and that is they are way too linear. Even though they have technically an open map, that's not good.
So that's the problem. That's the issue I ran into with Dark Souls 3, is that I basically hit a wall. And I wasn't making any progress. And so I was like, well, I guess we're just not going to play it for a while. And then I haven't been back to it since. I put it down and then never touched it again. Maybe someday, though. Maybe someday.
Oh, yeah. Also, Yakaro has a really good point here, that the Arkham Asylum, City, and Origins are more, have more clear goals, but the Arkham Knight has more side stuff. Like, you have a lot of side stuff to do besides the main game, and those side stuff gives you more tools and more power to do the main stuff, the main story stuff.
So yeah, that's the thing, is like the good thing about getting sidetracked in an open world game is that if you hit a wall and something's too difficult in the main story, you can go back and retrace your steps and get stuff that will help you to get over that wall. So the problem is with putting down a game and then going up to do other stuff in real life is that you don't get any benefits in video games from doing real life stuff. Like who does that?
Well, yeah.
Kinda. No, I actually had a point though. But I'm sorry. When you go back to play the game, maybe you're looking at it from a different perspective, maybe. But if you're not, it's like you're just going to be hitting the wall again, and then you're not going to be able to really do anything with that.
Well, yeah, true. I mean, it's kind of like in regular RPGs if you really think about it. Let's say we're playing Pokemon, right? An open world game will be kinda the same. Like, you go from point A to point B to complete a story mission, but you hit a wall, a level wall. And, well, time to go grind on some tall grass and hit some Pokemon in the head so I can level up.
Yep.
It's basically that. You just go grind some stuff, maybe do some interesting side quest. For example, I really like the Man-Bat missions on the Arkham Knight. I really do enjoy that. Also,
there's Man-Bat missions in Arkham Knight?
Yeah, well, kinda. You have to basically pursue the Man-Bat through all of Arkham and find him and just arrest him basically for a few times. Then you have the mystery of the Big Head, which basically is just an assassin that loves opera. A killer that loves opera so much. Okay.
I know. I think Hush is in there at some point as well.
Hush.
Which
Oh
is
yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah,
like
yeah. The Hush mission. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah. He's like a newer Batman villain. So I was actually at the time when they I think that was Arkham City actually, but at the time like he was a newer Batman villain at the time. So it was like kind of surprising that he was in there because I
Yeah.
didn't know much about him.
Me neither. But
Yeah.
his mission is pretty weird, but also it's
Hmm.
pretty cool, I guess, because he
Yeah.
was a new Batman villain at the time, so that's pretty neat. Then you have the how would you say the training for the acolyte? I think it's called. I don't remember his name right now. It was a
Acolyte.
yeah, it was a religious guy that just so happens to want to be trained by Batman. I don't remember his name now. Mm.
I have no idea who that is. I mean, are you talking about maybe Damian Wayne or like maybe like Robin or Nightwing? Anybody like that?
No, no, no. This is a
Hmm.
white cape crusader that just so happens to want to be trained by Batman. He has some like training missions with combat, and then you make him decide if he wants to join Batman or go back to his old ways and try to kill Batman. The Batman who was Bane broke his back. Oh, the
Oh,
Batman.
it's like
Oh, wait, wasn't that technically not just Todd, the other Robin?
it's like I think his name was like Jean or Jean or something. Hold on, I need to look that up now.
Hold on, the edgy 80s 90s Batman. Oh, right, the Black Knight Returns Batman. Yeah,
Yeah, I need to look up his name now because it's gonna bother me until I find out.
yeah. Let's fact check a little bit.
Uh, is it Jean Paul?
Oh, Azrael. Okay, the guy
Oh, yeah,
it's
yes,
Azrael. Yeah,
Azrael.
you have
Yeah,
to
I don't
train
really know.
Azrael.
I don't really. Yeah. I don't really know much about that character, unfortunately.
Me neither. Just saying that I like his training missions because it's more
Yeah.
combat.
Yes. Oh, the combat in the Batman games is very very fun.
Oh yeah.
It's very fluid too. I actually quite enjoy it. Not nearly as much as the stealth and investigator missions.
Yeah, I forgot completely his name, but is
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to spell it too. Okay, speaking of combat, do you enjoy some fighting games every now and then, or just you are just an adventure RPG type of guy?
So I'll play any game if it's fun. Believe it, So like I don't really have like I'm not really strict on like games. It's like if I see a game that I think I'll like, I'll play it. I don't really discriminate as far as like genre is concerned. I will tell you though that I do not play a lot of fighting games. Admittedly, I do not play a lot of fighting games, mostly because like I don't really like having to memorize inputs and I find them difficult to like master.
Yeah.
However, I really enjoy Super Smash Brothers.
Oh
Very
yeah.
big Super Smash Brothers fan.
Yeah, I guess that's much. Fighting games are
Yeah.
usually a type of game not many people will get into
I
easily.
I will say though, I have been intrigued by Guilty Gear though, because Guilty Gear, I've heard some of their music. I really like the music, and like a lot of the character design, I find really interesting as well.
Yep.
So I think someday maybe if I'm feeling like, man, I want to play a good fighting game, I might check out Guilty Gear. Maybe it's
Go
a hard
ahead.
maybe though.
Yeah. Smash Bros is a gateway fighter in how easy it is to pick up. Yep.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's pretty easy to pick up and play with friends and family alike. And it's not
It's
very
like
violent.
it's like the marijuana of fighting.
No. No. Just no.
Just bring it out at a party and everybody has a good time. You like pass around the controller, everyone gets to play. It's great.
Okay, I'm just remembering a
I'm sorry.
conversation. I'm just remembering a conversation I had with a friend one time. We were talking about fighting. If fighting game were food, and when someone bring up Smash Brothers, I just say that's a feast. you have a little bit of everything on Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
More now
Yeah.
more now than ever, because you have fighting game characters, you have sword fighters, you have boxers, you have I don't know, you have a lot of stuff on Smash Brothers. You do not know what to pick up and what to enjoy because you have a lot. But
there's a lot going on, especially in Ultimate. Yeah.
Man, it's like that part is, isn't it? Yeah, kinda. Oh man. But yeah.
I gotta say, I don't know how you feel about Banjo-Kazooie, but when I saw the reveal trailer for them in Smash, like I almost cried.
Oh, me too. Man, if there is something yeah.
You do not understand. Like my neighbors, like I screamed when that happened. Like my neighbors could have thought I was being murdered. Like I was having like a panic attack when it happened. I was like hyperventilating. I called my brother.
Oh my god.
I was like, bro, they finally did it. It finally happened.
Oh my god.
You do not understand. I have waited almost my entire life for them to get added into Smash Brothers.
Oh my god.
It was like nothing will ever come close to like the ecstasy that I felt on that day.
I believe that. I fucking believe that because, okay, I didn't play past Banjo-Kazooie 1. I played the one, I really loved it. But
I never actually beat Banjo-Kazooie 1. I played more of Banjo-Tooie than I did Banjo-Kazooie 1. But I'm sorry, what were you saying? Like, please finish your point.
I really love the reveal trailers for Smash because no matter what character it is, they made me feel something. And with Banjo, was just exactly as you described. I just played it the first game only, and I felt something so good. Like, holy shit, the hype and the emotion that trailer brings, and the nostalgia, it clicks so well. I cannot believe that happened.
I'll be 100%. I'll be 100% honest with you though. I'll like after that first initial fighter pack, like my excitement for like new fighters like started to wane a little bit.
I can believe it. Yeah.
I still very much love the game, but it's like it was very hard for me to keep getting excited about every new fighter that they put in.
Okay, so if I'm being honest, after the Joker, the Banjo, and Terry trailers, the only one I will say it's one of the best trailers for the second season. It might be either Sora or Steve, because the bitch just broke Twitter. The bitch just broke fucking Twitter, and I was what the fuck?
So can we talk about Sora for a second?
Yeah,
I'm honestly surprised that he made it in.
Yeah.
Because Disney copyright and all that jazz, like I'm honestly surprised. I didn't think he was ever gonna get in there.
Yeah, me neither, because he won the original fighter battle. If you remember, for Smash 4, there was a fighter ballot, which the only three the only three they won on that ballot was Sora in the first place, because, well, it's Sora. Then was, I think, Bayonetta and Crash Bandicoot. And
Crash Bandicoot would have been so cool.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like that's like why? So why is so like okay? All right. I'm gonna like turn to that guy who's like, oh, they need to add these characters into Smash, even though it's like the debate's over with now because they're not making another one for like at least 10 years now.
No, they cannot repeat that at all. There is a lot of shit that happened just to make Smash Ultimate happen, and it's a lot of like, holy shit, I don't want to deal with that. Just imagining that it just haunts me.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of like PlayStation 1 characters that I would have loved to have seen in
for sure.
Smash Brothers, like Crash, of course. Spyro would have been great.
Rayman, for sure.
Oh yeah, Rayman. Bomberman. Oh no, Bomberman's in there. He's an assist trophy. But I thought he would have. I thought he could have made a good fighter.
Oh, for sure.
Earthworm Jim.
Oh man, come on!
Earthworm Jim, right?
I love it, dude.
Okay. So like, I've played Earthworm Jim, not on the Nintendo like entertainment system because that's dog shit. Don't play that. Played on the PlayStation. So, playing Earthworm Jim, this like he has like just watching him move and act and doing like just playing the just moving around in the game as Earthworm Jim.
Oh,
Every like that it's just there's character in everything that he does. It's
he
amazing.
will be pretty unique fighter too. And
That's what I'm saying. He would have been so incredibly unique. Unfortunately, he hasn't had a new game in almost like 25 years.
Okay, I'm bringing back the topic that just popped up on the first episode. Bring back Earthworm Jim, damn it! Oh my fucking Christ!
Wait, bring back what? Bring back what?
Earthworm Jim needs to come back. If Bubsy can come back, why not him? Like, oh.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who?
Bubsy, you know Bubsy the cat. That
he had a comeback.
He has a game on the PS4, a brand new game, which is still surprised me to this day.
Oh my God! Why?
I know, right? What?
Who allowed that? Who allowed that?
Somebody memed so hard that cat that just bringing back. I don't know why. I think Shovel Knight or Shantae could have worked. Yes, exactly.
I wanted more indie representation. Like, I mean, so technically we kind of got that with Minecraft, but like Minecraft is so corporate at this point, it doesn't even really count as an indie game anymore.
It didn't count as an indie since Microsoft purchased Mojang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the thing, is like, I would have liked to seen like somebody like Shovel Knight, Shantae would have been great.
Oh! Yeah. Oh, man. It just makes my skin crawl of emotion just hearing that those two will be. It's just the what if scenarios. I really love them, like way too much.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh man, and imagine the music you will get from those characters.
Oh, music. That's another thing. Like the game is like, who cares about the game? Let's talk music.
I know, right?
Let's talk Smash music.
Yeah.
Like, you don't understand. When I heard they were adding Joker, a Persona character, a game that is known for its soundtrack possibly more than its gameplay.
Oh, the series in general.
I was like, oh my God.
Woo! Oh yeah, plus 1,000 songs.
Who got like 50 songs like added? I think it was it Terry Bogard?
Terry because Terry just added not just Final Fury, King of Fighters, Metal Slug, Sam Show. Shit, I just
and then Cloud got like what, 2 songs?
Cloud and Cloud and Sephiroth. Sephiroth just got 2 remixes of his song. Just that.
I love their games, but Square Enix can suck it. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh yeah.
I love their games, but god damn it, they're a dog shit company.
Oh, true. Well, more now, not that much since they are opening a little bit more with collabs and all of that. But yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But back in the day, they're a bit they're kind of hard asses when it comes to copyright and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
But they you're right. They are opening up a bit more.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Also, if you want like some more info on Smash Brothers from Sakurai himself, I recommend you. How is the name? I recommend you checking out not Takahara. It was Harada's bar. Harada is the developer of Tekken, and he has a little show that he invites other developers to just talk about some stuff. And the episodes that
fascinating, actually.
Yeah.
What's the name of the show again?
Hold on. Let me write it on the chat. I think it's Harada's bar. Try look it up for this.
Harada's bar. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds, because I love hearing people talk about like stuff that they're like an expert in. Like I love seeing how the pardon the metaphor, but I love seeing how the sausage is made. But I don't love seeing how the sausage is made. Does that make sense?
Understood. Yeah. Perfectly understood. In fact, one of the episodes with it's technically a 2-part episode. I think on part 1, Sakurai mentioned something that it's pretty true, and it's I cannot enjoy a game because I know the technical hurdles the game has from behind, like the programming, the design of the characters, the animations, and all of that. That's a thing that prevents some developers to enjoy the games, the other games.
I feel that.
Yeah, you can feel that on other fields if you really think about it. You're an artist, you cannot enjoy
Yeah.
some stuff because you have to like keep your taste and in a certain way, so you cannot how to say, you cannot trash your own art, so you can keep it
No, that's a
consistently
good
and
point.
improve consistently.
I do find myself whenever I see, so as you know, I'm a logo designer.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I do see other people's like like graphic design stuff or logos and stuff, I'll analyze it. I'll put it under like a magnifying glass and being like, all right, let's see, well, how does this work?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think I'm quite at the level of mastery where it's like I do it instinctively, but yeah, I could definitely see that being a thing with game developers.
Yeah, like he mentioned the example. I think it was with Fatal Frame, which he just saw the animation of some cockroach over a corpse, and he just said, "Oh my god, that might be a pain to animate all of those cockroach individually." Oh
Yeah.
boy, and I can really feel that sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Though on the other hand, though, I could definitely understand that. But then on the other hand, I feel like some people may find it the opposite, and actually they appreciate the game more because they know how hard it is to get something to work well.
Oh, for sure.
So I feel like there's definitely people out there that are kind of the opposite of that, where it's like, oh wow, this is like I appreciate this a lot more because there's like small details like that where
Mm-hmm.
to the untrained eye they may not notice, but then like to somebody who's like an expert in the field, they might look at it and be like, oh wow, then hey, nice job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that happens with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, not just video games. That happened with movies, that happened with voice acting, that happened with every
Hmm.
single type of entertainment media, if you really think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, let's keep up with multiplayer games, shall we?
Yeah.
Do you have any comfort game, like comfort multiplayer game you like to just jump for maybe 1-2 matches and then just keep up?
So I know battle royales are really big nowadays. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not really a big fan because like loot boxes are kind of my enemy a little bit. I,
Same.
I, I, I had a run in a couple years back with Overwatch loot boxes.
Oh boy.
I spent far too much money on those than I probably should have. I still don't know to this day how much exactly I spent on it. All I know is that it was too much.
Loot boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So but as a game, I did enjoy Overwatch. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with it right now, so it makes it a little harder to enjoy if I ever went back to play it. But
And you
back
have
in its heyday,
Overwatch too.
I don't think I'll be playing that anytime soon either. But back in its heyday, I really did enjoy Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Another game that I haven't played recently, but I did play for a bit, that was also pretty good, was Sea of Thieves.
Ooh. I
Sea of
really.
Thieves is really
Oh.
good.
Yeah, I really want to try that someday if there
Yeah,
is a possibility.
yeah, it's a very good game. I highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it.
It's better with like a group though. You can play it by yourself and it's still pretty fun, but it's better when you have like a group of people to play it with.
Oh, for
You gotta
sure.
have like a pirate crew.
Oh, for
And
sure.
then back in the day, going way back, about 10 years ago, I was really, really into Team Fortress 2.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Team Fortress 2. I know nowadays it's pretty much unplayable because of all the bots and Valve refuses to do anything about it. So like I can't really go revisit it anymore. And even if it was up and running, I feel like that's the nature of multiplayer games. Like they kind of don't stay the same.
yeah, they
So
evolve.
it's like kind of hard to like they evolve. And that's good in its own way. But at the same time, it's like it makes it hard to revisit it and then still feel that magic that you initially felt when you first played it for the first time.
Yeah.
It's like kind of hard to capture that.
Oh yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love Team Fortress 2. I have to admit, I played it maybe too little for what you need to play to experience that magic, but I had the fun, like a really really good
Oh,
fun with it.
that's the thing is like a lot of the multiplayer, like online multiplayer games, I needed to have like somebody else to play with. So like otherwise I would just never get around to playing it because like I would have like one of my friends would always be like, "Hey, you want to play TF2?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, let's fire it up." You know, I would never go out of my way to play on my own. In later years I did, but like not at first.
Oh,
What were my classes? Ooh, okay, yeah, we can go down this road. You want to go down this road for a bit? Talk
for
about TF2
sure. I'm 100% in. Let's go.
All right. So, I have a couple of favorites. That I have a couple of comfort classes. Allow me to explain. So, first and foremost, I love the Pyro. I believe the Pyro is possibly one of the, if not the, most versatile class in the game. Very flexible in what you can do with the Pyro. He can be defensive. He can be an offensive character. There's a lot that he can be like a support. He's like, there's a lot you can do with the Pyro, and a lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of people appreciate that. And so the thing that he was always lacking was mobility.
Yeah.
So he was he's not the fastest runner, but he's also not the most powerful class. So he didn't really have a lot of that to like back him up. So they tried to do things like that with the power jack where he moves, or like there's like a move bonus or a set bonus.
Yeah,
that cosmetics.
Yeah. That transformed into a default weapon for the Pyro.
Yeah. I think the jetpack. There was like a power. No, not the jetpack. This is actually before the jetpack. There was a cosmetic set where it was a hat, the degreaser, and the power jack. And when you had all three of those together, it gave you a speed boost.
Yeah, I think that's the Manconomy update, and they changed that to like not favor pay-to-win mechanics because, well, you need to pay for the hat for that. You can get the degreaser on drop, but still.
Yeah, I think there was I think they attached the movement bonus, the movement speed to like one of the weapons that you can.
It was the power jack. It was the power jack.
Power jack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the degreaser, I think you have less. You can do more air blast, but I think you have less damage with the degreaser. I don't remember well.
It's if my memory serves me correct. They may have changed this in like an update or something, but when I last played it, I believe there was a penalty to afterburn damage, and it may have been a penalty to burn damage overall, and then it had like a quicker weapon switch or something, like you switch to it quicker.
Oh yeah. That's still the gimmick.
There was something like that. Yeah, there was something like that.
Yeah,
And then I also used the flare gun a lot because, like, a cool thing with the flare gun is you were able to flare jump. So it was similar to a rocket jump, but with a little less boost. You could use the flare gun to like shoot down at your feet, and it would damage you and propel you upward.
Oh yeah, the flare jump. Yeah. That's the detonator only. You cannot do that only with that.
Oh, okay.
Because the scar shot didn't work because you needed to hit an enemy first to bounce the little scorch, and the flare gun, the regular flare gun, is just a shot. It's just a bullet.
Yeah. Yep. Nope, you're right. Cause I always use the scorch shot, so I never use the regular flare gun.
Yeah, that thing for close corners with people, it's a nightmare.
Yep. I could talk all day about the Pyro. I love playing as the Pyro. Now, and then when they added the jetpack, I was like, whoa, shit. So you literally have like just hellfire raining down from like the sky on people. I love that they finally gave him like a shit, like not a shit, like a shit ton of mobility with the
jetpack. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like slow to get your flamethrower out when you use the jetpack, but it's still a neat mechanic.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It felt fresh because they hadn't really done anything that different to the game in a while, and then they just kind of give the Pyro a jetpack, and it's like, oh, now we have this whole new problem to worry about.
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah, it definitely kept things. It definitely rejuvenated the game a bit when it first came out.
Yep.
And so second to the pyro, who's like my? I think I really enjoyed engineer.
Ah, my man, let's go.
Yeah, because I enjoy I enjoy playing a lot of support roles sometimes, but like I can also do like soldier or demo man if needed be. But even then, if I was doing like an offensive class, I would find somebody like I would like find like a medic or something to, like hang out with and just like kind of like like we would work together.
Blow
So it
shit
was more
up.
like a team. Yeah. But I really liked engineer, just because sometimes it's like, say, sometimes you just need to hang out. Sometimes you just want to hang out.
Yeah, I just
Keep
want
an
to
eye on the base,
chill.
because fucking nobody else is defending intel. Why aren't you guys defending intel? We have spies in our sewer. What are you doing?
Fucking Turbine, dude.
Yeah.
Playing engineer on Turbine are literally the best moments I had with Team Fortress 2. No joke.
That's the one that's inside, right? All inside.
Mm-hmm. It's all on the roof, yeah. Then you have Twofold, of course. You have to defend the intel there.
No, okay. You ever played Junction? Control Point Junction.
Control Point Junction. I remember playing a few, but I don't remember the map that much. I played a lot of Capture the Flag and maybe payloads.
So Junction's a bit of a weird map. I think it's Junction. I don't quite remember. I might be misremembering it. But it's all inside, and there's lots of hallways. So as you can imagine, hallways as an engineer, that's like it's like prime real estate. You set up a sentry there, it'll just mow people down.
That's really
I remember I have this distinct memory when I think it was like I was about a couple months into playing Team Fortress 2, and I just had the sentry set up. I had the dispenser next to me. I was like, repairing it as needed, and I was just remember sitting there like a fucking supervillain in my lair, like sipping like hot cocoa or something, while it just mowed down enemies. And I was like, yes, my pet.
Oh man! And using the Rescue Ranger with that just make your life 10 times more easy, because you can have the dispenser on the other side of the map. If you had clear view of your sentry, it was just mowing people down without any problems at all.
So I actually, believe it or not, I use the default shotgun a lot with the engineer.
I believe it.
Believe it or not, because it's that's the thing with a lot of weapons in TF2 is like the default loadout is still pretty solid, like despite all of the cool weapons, because like everything has a buff and a trade-off. So because for the most part, unless it's like something new like the jetpack. Oh no, even the jetpack takes up a weapon slot.
It's a secondary weapon slot.
Yeah. So like every item has a drawback. So like there's nothing in that game that makes people unstoppable. And I think that's except for an Uber, of course. But I mean, even then, it's like you can air blast an Uber off a cliff. You can air blast them into a train.
There's ways the medic itself can change the Uber.
Yeah. There's ways to mitigate just about everything. If you know what you're doing.
Oh, for sure.
And you have a good team. Because it's Team Fortress 2, so it's like you're only as good as the rest of your team. I mean, sure, you get every once in a while, you get those people that are just so good because like the other team is like maybe not as experienced, and they're just kind of just dominating everyone.
Yeah, basically new players.
Yeah.
But okay, so one thing in terms of my classes, I think it's pretty obvious I really love engineer too, because it's my whole motif. I'm a fucking engineer too. But the thing is,
right? Oh yeah, you know what? That would make sense. I saw like the wrenches and stuff. I that makes sense.
Also, my title is literally I'm the engineer Vtuber, so yeah. That's basically my.
You have that written somewhere? I didn't notice. I'm sorry.
I think it's on my about on either Twitter or here on Twitch, but yeah. Okay, the thing is, engineer is not my most played class, because a few months before I left the game, I played a lot of medic. I really love support
Medic's
classes.
also very surprisingly so medic is actually surprisingly fun.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird.
Yeah, you would think it's like somebody that like you just kind of sit there and just hold your mouse on like whoever you're healing and then that's it. But it's like there's a lot more to it than that.
He's not Mercy. That's the thing. I played
Yeah.
Overwatch 1 a lot too, and the support classes I played the most it was either Moira or Mercy. And I kid you not, Mercy and Medic are two completely different beasts. Like, yeah, you can buff people with Mercy, but what's the difference? I'm just right clicking instead of left. But
Yeah.
with Medic, I can heal people not just with my Medigun. I have my crossbow, or I can I can make people invincible, not revive people. Make them invincible for a short period of time. Maybe give them a shield. Maybe give them more crits. I love that variety. I love that.
Oh yeah, I was never brave enough to attempt to heal anybody with the crossbow, so I never used it.
Yeah,
I was so afraid because it's like you have to be perfect with that.
Prediction on the shot because the airtime of the bullet is way too slow compared to the other guns. Even the syringe gun is way easier to aim because you have more bullets in the same shot, let's just say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I played a lot of medic, a lot of engineer, some scout and demo man. I really like demo man, but I literally suck at doing either rocket jump or sticky jump. I really not good at
so
it.
when I play demo man, I'm more of like a defensive demo man. So I'm setting up traps in like choke points and stuff. Like
Same.
shooting what are they? What are they like? Are they pipe bombs? I think.
Yeah, the pipe bombs.
Yeah. I'm shooting like the bombs down like a hallway. Like trying to get people from around corners and stuff. Like bouncing them off of corners. Like trying to hit people that are like hiding and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I definitely play. There's a lot of classes that I play more defensive with, but the reason I like Pyro is that like he can do both of those. He could hang back, he could also like push forward.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that about the Pyro.
Oh, for sure. And one more thing, it's the heavy. I usually don't play that much heavy, but when I found a server where everybody's just going melee, finding two heavies doing unboxing match, that's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's just so fun. Oh man.
I think heavy is probably next to the scout, probably one of my least played classes. Because I feel like most of the other classes I've actually played a fair amount of. Like it's pretty evenly dispersed, maybe a little more pyro and like soldier than like most, but like the scout and heavy I play very little of.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, okay, the scout thing is that you need to be way too up close to like make this shotgun work.
Yeah.
Like, I know the scattergun is one of the high damaging weapons of the whole game, but you need to be very close to get that weapon to be that good. It's a high risk, high reward, this type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with the scout. It's like you got to get in and get out. He's like he is the fastest moving character in the game. So,
he's the fastest,
However, you get him in a room with a sentry and he's dead. Unless he's got bonk, he's done.
Even with the bonk, getting out of the range of the sentry is way too hard because of the pushback of the sentry.
Yep.
So, he's fucked in every single way against the sentry.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that does it with the Team DF2 tag.
Of course.
One more thing before we get out of here.
All right.
Any specific genre you like to play? Like any comfort genre, or you say a genre you say it's your definite favorite? Every single game of that genre you will play it or at least try it out.
So I'd like to. So that's the thing is like so I don't really discriminate based on genre. So like if a game's got an interesting style or like good soundtrack or something like that or cool characters, like that's kind of, I guess, story and character is kind of what draws me to a game most of the time.
Ooh.
Or like story or style, basically. I guess if I had to put a word on it. So if it's got style or if it's got good story, generally speaking, I'll probably be a little more inclined to check it out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You look for the appeal of the game specifically, not the genre itself. That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a really good
Yeah.
point because part of the reason why I think you will enjoy Guilty Gear it's because you look at the design of the characters and you hear the music, and that's all you
Oh
need.
yeah.
The motivation you need.
Yeah. That's all I needed. I was like, I heard the music. I was like, all right, this game's like, I've seen the character design. I've heard the music. It's like this game's got some incredible like style. I want to see more. I want to experience it.
Also, one more thing you might need to know: both Guilty Gear Sign XRD and Guilty Gear Strive, the story mode is just a movie. It's not gameplay at all. So if you want to like just enjoy the story, either go to YouTube or either buy the game just to try it out, the gameplay a little bit, and maybe enjoy the movie because they are that good.
It's actually, yeah, the I never understood how fighting games have like a lot of cinematics because I played, I think it was Persona 4 Arena.
Persona 4 Arena, yeah.
The one character, because you had like each character had like their own story that you could play through, and the one story arc for one of the characters was like one fight and then like 30 minutes of story.
That's Persona 4 Arena, yeah.
Yeah, and it's not that I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the story. In fact, now that I'm thinking about it, Labrys was actually kind of cute, so I'm going to go look up some art of her later. Phone wallpaper.
Yep.
Yeah. That was the point. That was all I had.
Oh yeah.
30 minutes of story and like 3 minutes of gameplay.
Also,
and listen,
yeah.
I'm down for that. I love a good story. I love good characters.
True. Also, I recommend you grabbing Persona 4 Arena now that it's on practically everything now. Because the Ultimax has two stories. One specifically just for Adachi, and the other is like a part 2 for Persona 4 Arena. You have the original, the Ultimax story, and the Adachi episode. All of them are so good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Adachi was in Ultimax, so I was very interested to see how his character kind of progressed after Persona 4.
You will love it, trust me. I loved it as much as the original game. Holy
shit.
A
bit of it spoiled for me, and I gotta say, I am interested. I am intrigued.
It will make you tear up on the Adachi episode, trust me.
Ooh. Yeah. Really? I didn't think Adachi was a character that could make me cry, but...
Yeah, that's a really good moment.
I'm down to cry. I'm down to cry like a little baby. Why not?
Yeah, sure.
I love stories that can make me weep like a baby. Like, it's like that's good story writing. It's good storytelling.
Yeah,
you're invested in the story.
Yeah, that's what I consider Persona 4 one of my favorites. It's the only story that made me cry, even though Persona 3 did the same, and the characters are so well written there. I have to consider Persona 4 more appealing to me. Maybe it's because I do the comparison with JoJo's a lot with Persona, and Persona 4 is literally the equivalent of my favorite part, which is part 4. It's literally the same.
I've only watched up to part 2 of JoJo, so I can't really I'm not really well versed in JoJo enough to really comment on that. However, I didn't start to see parallels between the two until about Persona 5. Because mostly, while Persona 4 was like very like ridiculous and dramatic in certain areas, like Persona 5 pushed it further with like its like incredible style, which JoJo also has. So it's overly dramatic, it's very stylish, and it's like I could definitely see parallels between the two.
Yeah. You will find the game with most similarities to JoJo on Persona 4 if you watch part 4 of JoJo's, because the setting is like copy to a T.
I'm told that it may have very well inspired Persona 4, actually.
Yeah, it's literally the same thing. Also, you can find some Evangelion reference on Persona 3 at the end.
Really?
Yes.
I've never actually watched Evangelion. I don't know. At this point, I'm too afraid to like check it out.
Check the movies. Trust me. Check the 4 movies there is. They're literally the best things. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
They are the best animation you can have on Evangelion and the best storytelling you can have. Like, everybody agrees that those movies are literally the best interpretation of Evangelion you can get. And trust me, they are right. They are super good.
like you know how I say I have like I don't have as much time to play games anymore. Like I have even less time to play anime, so I've just been kind of forced to like find like a new show that's coming out and then just watch an episode a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's kind
watching
of
an
where.
episode a week is just
So
the best.
currently, I'm obsessed with Spy Family, and
Ooh,
then
yeah.
I'm also slowly catching up on your boy Kong Ming.
Ooh.
That's another good one. I just started watching that last night, and I gotta say I'm pretty hooked.
Ooh. The revealed of Evangelion movies are good and give a definitive ending to the series. Yep, because if you grab the
Okay.
original anime, it will have an inconclusive ending, I think. But
Is that the
yeah,
one where they're all standing there clapping and they're like, "Congratulations,
yes.
congratulations,
Yeah, that's the OG anime.
congratulations, you beat the anime."
Fucking Christ. Okay, so I think it's time we part ways here, because you said you have a date with someone named Stanley in a few minutes, so
Yes,
yeah.
yes. For those of you that may be watching, I will be actually. You know, you're going to continue streaming after this, so I won't plug
Mm-hmm.
my stream out of courtesy. I apologize.
Oh,
However, if
either
you
way. I have
if you
another
find your
command that I forgot to mention, and that is the socials for you, which is the TG
yes,
command. There you
so if
have the
you find
Twitch
yourself
and the Twitter. Go follow him.
yes,
It's a
so
really good artist.
thank you. So thank you again for having me on today. I really appreciate it. I actually had a lot of fun talking about video games for once. I don't actually get to do that very often anymore.
Yeah,
Um, so thank you for that. This was very liberating. I feel liberated.
for
Um,
sure.
Now, for those of you that are watching, if you like graphic design or logos or VTubers or all of those things combined in the one, then you'll feel right at home on my Twitter page where I post random art, shit posts, and VTuber related stuff.
And trust me when I tell you the shitpost is really good. I've seen it.
Uh,
It's really good.
yeah, for some reason I have a real gift for shit post content. I don't understand where it comes from. It just happens.
Yeah, you have the
It's like
touch for
I'm
that.
channeling a deity through me.
Yeah,
It
it's
just it
basically that.
flows through my hands.
But yeah. Thank you so much for coming in, though.
Oh, of course.
I was literally just
It was-
reaching out people, and you were the only one who literally just accepted and give me a date. But yeah, thank you
Yeah,
for.
I'm always down for like for fun stuff. So I love it when people reach out. Sometimes I don't always have time for this sort of thing, but it was fun to finally get to be on a talk show. So thanks.
Yeah, I know I'm not Takahara, but I'm trying to do a good show here, and I have
Yeah,
to
no, you're
admit
doing good.
I'm pretty happy with the result of it. I really enjoyed this. It's something I
Yeah, yeah.
usually don't try because I'm technically a shy guy. I usually don't interact that much, but forcing me to do this type of stuff on stream, it's way fun, way more fun than expected, and I have
Yeah, you know what? That's
have
the
a
thing is like
blast.
I believe it was Bob Ross that said you have to go out on a limb every once in a while because that's where the fruit is.
Yeah, you have to go all out sometimes, and
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
technically an all-out attempt. So yeah.
Well, you
So
did good. So
oh,
you're going to
thank you.
continue streaming now? Is that correct? You stream
Yes,
Yakuza?
if this thing lets me change my scene, yeah, yeah, it
All
lets
right.
me, I think. So
All right.
I might be keeping up with Yakuza Kiwami, so I need to put my
All
goggles
right.
on.
All right. So do I stop sharing the webcam, the virtual
uh,
webcam now?
Hold on. Let me go
Ah,
to the VRV screen.
yes. I'm sorry.
No problem.